Hey, shalom, shalom. And before I get started, I want to say call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakah Kwadash, and double honors be unto our apostles and the elder bishops, that great millstone that rule well and that teach well and that taught me this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And peace and blessings be unto the elect, men, women, and children. All right. Those of you who truly believe on the names Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And they're standing firm through faith. Okay. Here in these latter days. All right. Peace and shalom be unto you. All right. And I'm coming back at you with another lesson. Okay. Inspired by the Rakah Kwadash. I really don't have a title, at the moment. Just basically, rolling in the spirit. And I was looking at this article going into how the judge was trying to rule, or Salakia, judge rules 10 Commandments monument at Arkansas Capitol unconstitutional, right? Which shows you that, you Edomites are the wicked, man. All right. And that you have nothing to do with the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments, man. All right. In which we're going to get the precept here in just a moment. All right. In the book of Psalms, the 50th chapter. Okay. And we're going to touch on a little bit of this article. And this is on endtimeheadlines.org. All right, we're going to touch on a little bit of this article. And we're going to get the precepts. And Lord's will, it be edifying, all right, unto the elect. All right, and basically, once again, the title reads, Judge Rules 10 Commandments Monument at Arkansas's Capitol unconstitutional. And before we get started with the article, just real quick, I want to go into the definition of unconstitutional. All right. And it says, unconstitutional describes laws, actions, or policies that violate a nation's constitution, making them invalid, illegal, and contrary to established fundamental rights. Right. And we know, according to Job 9:24, all right, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. All right. So that's why the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments are not pushed. Okay, they're slack. All right, you can, if a man want to be a woman, he could be a woman. But a woman want to be a man, she could be a man. You can go and get your sex change. Okay? They deem that constitutional, but the 10 Commandments is unconstitutional to them. All right? And real quick, I want to get this precept, man. Real quick. This is this is Isaiah, I believe it's Isaiah 30. Basically going into woe unto those that call good evil. All right, and evil good. Let's get that real quick. I want to say this is Isaiah. Let's say that's Isaiah 20. Salakia. Bear with me one moment. Okay. Because it is evident that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. Okay, you had Trump portraying to be the savior, portraying to be, I ain't gonna even say Jesus, portraying to be Yahweh Shai, okay, which according to the Bible, Yahweh Shai is a so-called black man, okay. He wouldn't even look like Trump. He wouldn't even look like the picture that they portray to be Jesus or to be Yahweh Shai, okay. But real quick, this is Isaiah 5:20. And it says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right? And that word, we know woe means destruction. Okay, so destruction unto them that call evil good. All right, and doing away with the Lord's laws and commandments, that's evil. Okay, saying a man and a woman, or Salakia, saying a man can marry a man is evil. A woman can marry a woman is evil. Okay, that's evil, man. Okay, so the Lord said, woe unto them. All right, you know, because basically, they're basically saying that it's okay. Okay, that it's okay for a man to be with a man. But according to the Bible, to the law, all right, two men sleeping with one another supposed to be put to death, man. Okay. And real quick, Salakia, I want to go back to Unconstitutional. And it says, it signifies a breach of the supreme law, often used when government actions contradict constitutional rights, such as free speech or due process. And basically, we know through the Spirit, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. We know what it's getting ready to lead up to. All right, basically a famine of the word, man. Okay, it's leading up to a famine of the word. All right, to the prophets not being on the highways and hedges no more. Okay, it's going to be a crime to teach the Bible eventually. That's what it's leading up to, man. Okay, and God we trust is on their money. Okay, God bless America, but you people don't believe in God, the God of the Bible anyway. Okay. You see? So think not that the Lord has come to send peace on earth, man. Okay, but a sword, man. The Lord is getting ready to come back and to destroy this place you people call America, man. Okay. Because it's polluted. Everything the Lord says don't do, you do. You pass laws for people to do. Okay, but then you say in God we trust, man. You don't trust in God. This is a God-forsaken country, man. Okay? And real quick, before I get to this other precept, I want to get some more of this article real quick, if I may. You know, because this is sickening, man. All right, and the men of the Lord are sighing and crying, all right, for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay? You know, this is evil, man. All right, but in their eyes, this is good. You know, basically saying to hell with the 10 Commandments. Basically. That's basically what you're saying. You know, like the 10 Commandments don't apply. Okay, which shows, you know, that you devils aren't the people, man. Okay, because if you were, you would be keeping the commandments. Okay? To the best of your ability. The commandments will be, you know, pushed, but they're not pushed under you devil's rule, man. Okay? You decree unrighteous decrees, unrighteous laws, man. All right, laws that's against the Bible. Okay, and let me see where I want to start. I ain't gonna read the whole article, but I want to touch into some select it to some main points. I'm gonna just start here. It says a federal judge has ruled that a 10 Commandments monument on the grounds of an Arkansas state capitol violates the Constitution, marking a significant development in years-long legal dispute over the display. And it says, in a detailed decision issued this week, U.S. District Judge Christine Baker found that the monument breaches the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, which prohibits the government from endorsing a religion. The ruling orders the state to remove the monument, though enforcement may be delayed as officials consider an appeal. So once again, and this is the U.S. District Judge, all right, showing you they don't believe in the God of the Bible, man. Basically, you're atheists, okay, and they're not supposed to believe in the God of the Bible, all right. But this just further shows you that they're the wicked, man. Okay, and they're hypocrites. Okay, they proclaim to be Christians, but you're not doing what a Christian would do. Okay? You're not doing what a Christian would do, man. All right? You're doing what an atheist would do. You're doing what an antichrist would do. Okay? And that's pretty much all I'm going to read on that, Actually, Salakia. I'm going to read this one, and then I'm going to get the precepts. It says, in her opinion, Baker described the monument as discriminatory, Salakia, and concluded that it fails constitutional standards requiring government neutrality in matters of religion. She wrote that the law and the display violate the Establishment Clause, emphasizing that the state cannot favor one religious tradition over others. So this place is finished, man. It's so separated. It's so divided. Okay, which we know they're not supposed to believe in the Bible anyway, because they're not the people. All right, and they're being exposed, man. Okay, you so-called white people, which are the Edomites according to the Bible, you're being exposed. Okay, for being the Edomites. Okay, you're not God's chosen. All right, we are, man. And the only reason we're in this condition is because we forsook the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments, man. So therefore, he told us that he would put the enemies, our enemies, over us. Okay, and basically we would be under our enemies. Okay, and that's what you see. All right, we went into captivity under our enemies. And we have to go to them for the want of all things. Okay, so the Lord cursed us, man. Okay, for breaking his law, statutes, and commandments, man. And joining hand with the heathen. All right, that's why we're here today. Serving captivity, man. All right, basically punishment. All right, up under you Edomites, man. Okay. All right, now I want to get Psalms 50 and 16. And Shalakia for being long-winded. But Lord will, this is edifying. All right, this is Psalms 50 and 16. I'm going to read it in the NLT. And it says, but Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, says to the wicked, why bother reciting my decrees and pretending to obey my covenant? Right, because why bother? Because this ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay? And you devils is showing that This ain't got nothing to do with you. All right? Because the Spirit is bearing witness that you're the wicked, as well as the Spirit is bearing witness that we're the righteous, man. Okay? Beginning with the elect. You know, the hopeful elect. Those of us who have turned back and is obeying Yahweh Shem Shai to the best of our ability, man. Okay? And it says, I'm going to go to the KJV. And it says, seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee. Right? And that's basically what you devils do, man. Going on back. Okay? Who basically cast the Lord's instruction behind him. Okay? He knew to offer up the right sacrifices, the right offering, but he didn't. He did what he wanted to do. And that's basically what you Edomites do today. Okay? Yeah, I know what the law say to do. But you do the opposite on purpose. Okay? And ultimately, you just wasn't programmed to do right. Okay? You were programmed to do wickedly and be the wicked. All right? And that's why you do the things that you do. All right? Because you're not the righteous, you're the wicked, according to the Bible. All right? Pursuing the, what's that, Malachi 1 and 4. All right? You're the border of wickedness. You cast instructions behind you. All right? You don't believe in the Bible. Okay? This is, I want to get this real quick. This is Isaiah 26, verse 10. All right. This is Isaiah 26 and 10. It says, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. Right. Actually, I'm going to get it in the NLT. It says, your kindness to the wicked does not make them do good. Right. Meaning you still ain't going to be right. Even though the Lord blessed you with the fatness of the earth, you know, you still ain't going to do right, man. You still done fuck the earth up. It's polluted, man. Okay. Chemtrails in the air, chemicals in the food. Okay. Just polluted, man. Homos walking around everywhere. Okay, trans. You got Pride Month. So, man, this place is, it's just, you still won't do right. Okay, and the Lord showed favor to you. All right, by giving you a blessing, man. And you ain't doing right by your blessing. What you're doing, what you were created to do. Okay, which is be the wicked. Don't get me wrong. All right, but favor was showed unto you, man. Okay, and you ain't do right by that. Okay, which just shows you just can't do right. All right, it's just not in you. And it says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. That's right. In the land of uprightness is the land of Israel. Okay. You know, y'all got Pride Month over there every year. Pink City. Not Pride Month, but Pink City. Okay, in Tel Aviv, man. So you're in the land of uprightness and you still won't do right. Okay, it's not in you, man. Okay, once again, y'all spirit bears witness with being the wicked, man. And ours bears witness with being the righteous, man. Being the Israelites, being the special people unto the Lord, man. All right, we fit that description. All right, y'all fit the description of being the wicked. All right, and well, let me get this real quick. This is Jeremiah 13 and 23, and it says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good, that are accustomed to do evil." Right, man. You can't change who you are. All right. Basically, That's what it's going into. You know, you can't make an unclean thing clean. All right? Esau's unclean, man. All right? Meaning he's wicked. You can't make him do right, man. This is not part of their character. Okay? You know, and the scriptures also speak about what's crooked can't be made straight, man. You devils is crooked, man. Your ways, your actions, man. It ain't right. So you can't be made straight, man. Meaning you can't be fixed, basically. All right? You know? And that's pretty much it. You know, Lord's will, it was edifying. You know, I saw this article. Like I say, I really didn't have a topic. But, yeah, I wanted to touch into this article and edify, you know, Lord's will. You know, but until next lesson, I want to say a Bible ball. Quam to the elect of Yasharallah. And peace and shalom be unto the elect. Shalom.